You see it in every grocery store parking lot, every school pickup line, and every suburban driveway. It is the Honda CR-V. On paper, it's just another compact SUV, a boring family hauler that shouldn't be this interesting. But here's the weird part. Despite being labeled as boring, it is consistently one of the best-selling vehicles on the planet. Is everyone just following the crowd, or is there a secret sauce Honda is using to beat everyone else? If you're looking to buy a car in 2026, you are likely looking at this one. But before you sign that 60-month loan, there are things about this car the dealership won't tell you, and one of them might be a deal breaker. Today, we're stripping away the marketing fluff to see if the CR-V is the invisible king of the road, or just an expensive habit everyone happens to have. Let's start with where you'll spend your time, the interior. Honda's design philosophy for this generation was man maximum, machine minimum. It sounds like a cheesy 80s action movie slogan, but the goal was to make the outside compact and the inside feel like a cathedral. Most compact SUVs feel like a shoebox once you add a car seat or a tall passenger. You've probably been in a car where the front passenger has to eat the dashboard so the person behind them has room for their knees. It's a battle for space that makes road trips feel like a prison sentence. On top of that, many modern cars put every control, even the volume, into a laggy, smudge-prone touchscreen. It's frustrating, slow, and distracting at highway speeds. The CR-V pulls off a magic trick here. The rear doors open a full 90 degrees. That sounds like a nerdy detail until you're wrestling a sleeping toddler or a giant box into the back seat. Once inside, the legroom is better than some mid-sized SUVs that cost $10,000 more. The payoff for the driver is even better because Honda kept the physical knobs. You get real buttons for the climate and a real volume knob. You can change the temperature without taking your eyes off the road for 5 seconds to hunt through a digital menu. It is simple, tactile, and it works in a way that tech-heavy rivals don't.
Now let's look under the hood. You usually choose between the 1.5-liter turbo gas engine or the 2.0-liter hybrid system. Most people see that hybrid badge and think it's just about saving a few bucks at the pump. But there is a catch. The hybrid costs significantly more up front. If you're a light driver who only does 5,000 miles a year, you might never make that money back in gas savings. It could take 7 or 8 years just to break even. On the flip side, the base gas engine uses a CVT, a transmission known for being rubbery and making the car drone like a loud vacuum cleaner when merging onto a highway. It feels like the car is working way harder than it is, which is a turnoff if you actually enjoy the feeling of driving. The reality is that the hybrid isn't just about the fuel economy, it's about the drive. Because of the electric motors, the CR-V hybrid gives you instant torque. When the light turns green, it feels zippy and responsive in a way the gas version can't match. You aren't just paying for MPG, you're paying for a car that doesn't struggle on steep hills or when passing slow trucks. If you do mostly city driving, the hybrid is a no-brainer. But if you're a highway cruiser spending all your time at 75 miles per hour, save your money and stick with the gas model, as that fuel economy closes up significantly at high speeds. We also have to talk about Honda reliability. We've all heard it. Just buy a Honda, it'll last forever. It's why people buy these without even looking at the competition. That reputation allows Honda to charge a premium. But is it still true today? Recently, Honda moved towards smaller turbocharged engines. More parts, more heat, more complexity usually mean more things that can fail. There have been reports on forums about oil dilution in cold climates, gas getting into the oil because the small engine takes too long to warm up. If you want to keep a car for 15 years, you start to wonder if you're buying a tank or a complex computer on wheels that will glitch once the warranty expires. The good news? Honda has been paying attention. They've pushed out software updates and hardware tweaks that have largely neutralized those early turbo issues. While nothing is truly bulletproof, the CR-V holds its value better than almost anything else in its class. If you buy one today and decide you hate it in 2 years, you can sell it for a huge chunk of what you paid. The resale value acts like a financial safety net that other brands simply don't offer.
The CR-V doesn't exist in a vacuum. Its biggest rival is the Toyota RAV4, and its cool cousin is the Mazda CX-5. This is where the CR-V gets squeezed. If you want the absolute best fuel economy, the RAV4 hybrid usually edges out the Honda. If you want a car that feels like a luxury vehicle inside, the Mazda wipes the floor with the Honda's interior. The CR-V often feels like the middle child, not the most efficient and not the most luxurious. So why choose it? The payoff is balance. The RAV4 is great, but the interior can feel a bit rugged and plasticky like a heavy-duty cooler. The Mazda is beautiful but cramped. The back seat is tiny and the trunk is disappointing for a family. The CR-V is the Goldilocks choice. It is the one car that is good enough at everything that it becomes the best overall package. It is more refined than the Toyota, but much more practical than the Mazda. It's for people who don't want to compromise on space or comfort and just want a vehicle that fits into their life without any drama. No car is perfect, and the CR-V has quirks that might drive you crazy. For one, the safety suite can be too sensitive. You'll be driving down a clear road and the car might think a shadow is a brick wall, beeping at you to brake immediately. It's jarring and a bit scary if you aren't expecting it. Also, the infotainment screen looks a bit dated compared to the giant high-res screens in the newer competition. If you want your car to feel like a rolling smartphone, the CR-V might feel like a step backward. However, these are livable flaws. Most owners eventually dial back the sensor sensitivity in the menus. And while the screen isn't a masterpiece, it comes with standard wireless phone integration. It connects almost instantly, doesn't crash, and stays out of your way. At the end of the day, that is what a CR-V is, a car that gets out of your way and lets you live your life. It isn't a status symbol or a racing machine. It's a reliable tool.